We're shaking people. Back with another reaction. Back with some more Savoy. Once again, happy birthday to Paul Wakhtar Savoy. I don't know if it's actually today. People mentioned that it was this week, so either way, big shout out to him and to Savoy more generally. Big shout out to all the friends of the channel who've been following the Savoy reaction series, many of whom I imagine are part of the AHA family. And we're going to listen to the other tune sent to me by Graham, champion of the channel and supporter of the Savoy Deep Dive, from 2023, meaning from an album that is yet to be released, but I believe is coming somewhere down the line this year. So yeah, we're going to listen to Digital River. I like the phrasing, you know, once we reached, especially the 90s and certainly onward, the digitization of many things formerly analog or physical has certainly increased in terms of the pace and ubiquity. I suppose it's part of the phrase's essence is that something as natural and something as you know, environmental as a river, if that could be made digital, maybe it's about the digital river of communications, television broadcasts, podcasts, radio broadcasts, you know, social media. It could be about that digital river and all the perils of being on that river, maybe the oases within that larger river. I feel like there's both natural or like visual understandings of the phrase as well as conceptual renderings that would be very interesting. But either way, it's bringing two things together which you would normally not associate. The idea of a river, which again has a very you know, natural world type of sound, whereas digital is by its very essence you know, technology and electromechanical things of electricity and moving parts, so to speak. So I am curious what a digital river will be, so let's find out. This is Savoy, the tune is Digital River, and it's from an upcoming 2023 album. Rendered in a way. I really do like that synth line. there's a big gap between me hearing this, a 2023 tune, and the material I've heard, which is only up to 97. But yeah, it felt a bit more electronic, a bit more, synth flavor than some of their other tracks. Certainly from, compared to Mary Is Coming, admittedly Lackluster Me has had a more varied sound, it felt like, going through it. But yeah, I enjoyed that electronic flavor. I enjoyed the power of the chorus, especially after that brief, like, stripped down interlude, about 2/3 of the track, and then when it rolled back into the chorus again, that was fantastic. I know there's some people who aren't overly fond of Lauren's voice. I don't criticize that. I get it. Some voices hit your ear and brain well, sometimes not as much, but I don't mind her voice. I think she has a cool voice, and in this one it felt like it was like rendered in double, like it was like one line, like one vocal line, but it felt like reflected or refracted, so we were getting like two sides of it at the same time. So it felt sort of Android-like or digital-like, which, perhaps that was the intention. And I'm curious, because, I heard bits and pieces of the lyrics, but the, like, climb a virtual mountain, that can sound like, okay, you could take it positively. It could be about trying something new, maybe something that would normally be familiar, but it's different. Maybe it could be a bit ironic, but I wasn't sure if the line before it was like something like travel in a digital river, or if it was cry a digital river. Because, like, cry me a river is like, I'm not sympathetic. Like, you may be emotional, but at the end of the day, I'm not convinced the situation warrants it. So cry me a digital river would obviously have a bit of, like, sting to it, but I don't know if that's what the line was. And that doesn't necessarily seem to line up to climb a virtual mountain, which sounds more like, again, climb a mountain, it's a feat of endurance and, strength, or skill, and all those things put together. And then climbing a digital mountain, it makes you wonder, okay, like, how would I do that? Is that, notably different? Is there a similar skill set? So it felt like maybe that part of the chorus was more positive, but we did hear Digital River repeated at the end, but I didn't, I couldn't figure out in that moment whether Digital River is being used more positively or negatively. But it didn't seem to be just about a digital river. It seemed to be about more digital, landscapes and environments, and maybe the idea of moving into a world that is more defined by, ones and zeros and technology and so on. Whereas, at the start I was thinking it might be a metaphor for all kind of modern technology, like, all the streams of these broadcasts and so on. But it seemed to be like just one piece in a larger mosaic using the concept of digitization. So at this point I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Do let me know what you think of this. Let me know, what you picked up from the lyrics, or I'm sure a number of people already know the song well. Once again, shout out to Graham. I do appreciate you, as does Luca, even though she doesn't verbalize it as such. And yeah, when I come back next week for the, Savoy Wednesday, Walk Car Wednesday, I'll go back and get the remaining tunes on Lackluster Me, and then we can sort of move on to the next proper chapter. So in any case, shout out to all of you. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.